So far we have Dawn, Capricorn, Leo, and Cancer. Find out who the next one is. Please, guys, watch the other ones. This does not have to only do with a romantic relationship. This Virgo's next. This has to do with any kind of connection that we have with any humans, period. So if your mother is an Aries and your father's a Taurus and your brother's a Scorpio and your sister's a Capricorn, watch the other readings, because the rules apply. There are no exceptions to the rules, meaning that you shouldn't treat somebody better if you're in a love relationship. You do treat them different, but these same rules apply with that, okay? So you can kind of see this is how they feel about you. So by watching all of them, you can kind of see it's a running, narrative kind of. So you can kind of see how we're coming off to people, which will always help, okay? Tarot does basically always go, gears towards relationships, because relationships teach us about ourselves. Okay, so that's the whole key thing here. And that's why relationships are so hard. It doesn't have to be a love relationship. It can be any connection, whether your boss, your neighbor, your friend, your cousin, your mother, your father, you know what I'm saying? So please watch the other readings. And then also, if you have friends, family, whatever, share, let them, see it too, okay? This really helps. That's another thing too. I do not I cannot predict the future, meaning that God gave us free will. We go left today, tomorrow we go right. That would shift the energy, and therefore, I can't predict the future, okay? So, what I'm doing right now is telling you the energy that you are in for insight, clarity, for you to make a better decision, know what's going on, understand how they're feeling, so it gets everything clear. We might not be seeing something that we should be seeing, or see it in a different way or different light, okay? So that's what I'm doing here. All right, so that is my spiel. Wow, 2 kings. Impressive, Sagittarius. Please watch. If you are dealing with a Cancer, a Cancer, you need to watch that reading. A blue heart, it's right here, came popping out of nowhere. This is a water sign. That color is blue. Cups is blue. They gave the blue heart in there. Not only that, but Cancer showed up 3 times in that reading. It was amazing. So please watch it. All right, so here we are. This is how Virgo feels about you, Sagittarius. Okay, so Knight of Pentacles is the first card out. Crazy how that goes. Just like the Cancer reading, here is Virgo's card. You can't make this up, you guys. As much as it doesn't, I love it every time it happens. It's always, I love it. So this is Spirit's way of confirming that this is for you. This is from Virgo. It's how they feel. Also, my readings are timeless, meaning that whenever you're meant to see it, you're meant to see it. There are no coincidences in life. Trust in your instinct. Trust in your guides, okay? This is the Knight of Pentacles. This is Virgo energy. So this is the saying for this card is adapts to the rhythm of nature, okay? Earth signs, right? So this could be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, but this specifically is Virgo's card. So Virgo does feel resistant to make a commitment. They may be disappointing you by not giving you answers on any important decisions. Also can represent an impossibly stubborn individual who won't budge from their position. Not shocked. Virgo is 9s, okay? So this is the 9th card in the zodiac. That is the Hermit. 9s are about self, okay? I'm not saying that Virgos are all about themselves. However, and please trust me when I tell you I'm a Gemini, and Virgo and Geminis do have, they run the planet. They run under the same planet of Mercury, okay? So I deal with, my father's a Virgo. My son is a Virgo. I can keep going on for days and days and days. My child's father's a Virgo. Like I can go on for days. So I know Virgos very, very well. They are more, I'm not saying that they're selfish. However, they are about self. The thing about a Virgo is he will take himself out of the situation to gain introspection, clarity, so he doesn't have any outer influence. He is the wisest of the zodiac because he trusts his intuition. Why? Because he takes himself out. He is about self. He is about, that's how come he has so much introspection about himself, because he doesn't let anything outer influences influence him at all, right? He's the wisest of the zodiac for a reason. So just keep that in mind, guys. And right here, it's clearly the horses in the tarot, their movement. This is in reverse, so it's not moving. This is the slowest knight in the whole entire knights in the tarot. So the reason why he's slow is because he's solid. Okay, so if you know a Virgo, yes, they are very you know, they make sure they know what they know. They make sure that they don't rush in and do anything, right? So Virgo feels resistant to make a commitment. They may be disappointing you by not giving you answers on any important decisions. It also can represent an impossibly stubborn individual who won't budge from their position. Not shocked at all. Not shocked. Okay, so now we have the Nine of Swords. Swords are air signs, which is Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Swords are our mindsets or our behaviors, our thought process, if you will, okay? So if you think about it, a sword can act as a mirror. It mirrors the quality of our minds, right? So nines are accumulation of its suit. It also represents Mr. or Mrs. Virgo here. So not shocking that we get this. So right here, you can see this person is heavy. Something's weighing heavy on their mind. Could be because of this, right? So this is keeping them up at night. It's also making them feel, you know, stressed, worried, nightmares, you know, whatever it is. But right here, the thing about this is that this is a comfort here, and this is spirit. So spirit wants you to know that they're comforting you in this time, okay? Now, it could be you, could be them. Energy is fluid. Take it as it resonates, guys, okay? So this is letting me know that whether it's you or them, there's something on somebody's mind, and it is, you know, weighing heavy on them. It's keeping them up at night. It's causing, you know, this is Mars and Gemini. So Mars is the planet of war. Gemini is overthink. See, I'm a Gemini. You know, we're always in our heads. Mercury is communication. It's also a planet of intelligence. We think way too much. We get stuck in our heads. Nothing in our heads, nothing in our minds, you guys. We're always geared to go to the most extreme because we are humans. You know, that's the way our minds work. That's why we have to incorporate a feeling with that. This is all thought process, no feelings. That's why this person has this, right? You have to learn how to balance out not only your thoughts, but your heart, your feelings. The best way, being a Gemini, to stop this overthinking and anxiety and everything else is to just, when you recognize that you're doing it, you're overthinking, stop and count backwards from 10 to 1. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And what that does is, just like a cell phone, you reset a cell phone, we're resetting our frontal cortex. Meaning we're going to get ourselves out of that thought process. You just recognizing that right away is key. Counting backwards will help, and just do that, okay? If this is you, if not, let them know, hey, this is how you can do that. It's never ever good for us to be stuck in our heads. Our mind, like I said, will go to the most extreme and the most worst case scenario ever. Do not do this to yourself. If this is what you're doing. If this is what they're doing, help them out. Tell them what I just told you. Okay, so this is Mars and Gemini. This is the Lord of Despair. You can see that, right? So Virgo feels a need to withdraw because of a personal problem, maybe depression, maybe grief, maybe worry. They're not thinking clearly, so don't take it personally. It can be difficult to make a person with a skewed perspective see reason, right? So if they're dealing with a personal problem, maybe depression, grief, or worry, or that of anything like that, you can see right here, this person's not going to be thinking clearly, okay? So don't take it personal, Sagittarius. It can be difficult to make a person with a skewed perspective to see reason, okay? Just comfort them as much as you can. The only thing that we can do is sit in the dark with them until they can figure it out. That's all we can do, okay? Now, here's the King of Pentacles. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Here's the Virgo. Pentacles, Earth sign, Virgo. This is Virgo's card. Nines are Nines are the number 9 in the tarot of the major arcana for the Hermit. Not surprised. Pentacles, another Earth sign. This is actually Taurus's card, but this is Pentacles, which is another Earth sign. Hey, Earth, Earth, Earth. Virgo, I mean, you can't make this up because that's the way Cancer's energy was. So Sagittarius, I'm telling you, you guys are, you know, there's some kind of energy and connection, you know, clearly to the people that you are connected with. A very strong one, as a matter of fact. So please watch the other readings. It's very impressive how these readings with you, Sagittarius, are very impressive to me. So King, and it's not who we're reading about. It's you guys, because in every reading, they're very strong in your readings, which means that you have that connection with them. Their energy is very strong with you, no matter what sign it is. So it's you. It's very impressive. Just want to let you guys know that. So anyways, the King of Pentacles. Pentacles are Earth signs, which is Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn energy. Pentacles are of Earth, like, you know, in our 3D worlds. It could be money, it could be a job, it could be a car, it could be a house, it could be anything in our physical material world. A thought process, limited, self-serving thoughts, right? Self, you know? So anyways, you can see here, kings are a lot of attainment, a lot of success. They are at their pinnacle. They know what they know, right? It's very hard to change them because they are there. They know what they know. And you have two kings here. Not shocking. So this is Taurus's energy. This is solution to all human problems and control of their environment. So Virgo does feel confident and successful in their external world, but they do struggle with the realm of intimacy or emotions. Okay, so they do wear protective emotional armor to hide vulnerability. This requires a lot of time and a lot of patience. It's interesting because that's the way Cancer was. So, it must be a running thing a lot. These two cards actually came out the same with Cancer. So, let's see. What does that mean? That means that's the kind of like energy that is happening right now with you guys. Whether it's with a Cancer or a Virgo, it doesn't matter. That's the energy that they're in. So, this is the thing I told in the last reading, that, a lot of times, I'm a Gen X, so my father was not vulnerable at all. I think I saw him cry one time, and he also was a Virgo, right? So, it is hard for a masculine now. It doesn't mean male. Masculine, it could be in a female's energy. There is no sex in the spirit world. It's just masculine energy, feminine energy, okay? It's energies. So, what I mean by that is it's hard sometimes for people to show vulnerability. At a very young age, we learn to block or protect that aspect of us because we know that is when we're vulnerable. That is to us, it is our, not weakest, it's our most delicate point, okay? It's not weak. Being vulnerable is extremely courageous, you guys. We have to unlearn that. In a war, yes, if you're vulnerable, you let your guard down, you can get killed. But in our real world, not real life, but in our world, as a human being, in a relationship, that's what I meant to say. In our relationship aspect, we need to be vulnerable because that is who we are in our authentic, genuine selves. Artists are vulnerable when they create. When we create, that's a part of us being vulnerable. When we sing, that's a part of us being vulnerable. When we are who we are without being afraid of shame, blame, guilt, anything else, abandonment, rejection, then we're being vulnerable, okay? But we cannot hide that aspect of vulnerability. We can't cut that part out of ourselves and expect things to work out, because we need to be all in for something to work. We can't cut corners. It doesn't work that way. We can't also hide an aspect of ourselves and expect the other aspect of ourselves to show. That's not how it works either. If we block out, if we try to armor up and hide that part of us because of the bad, then we're also going to be blocking and armoring out the good. We cannot do that. We have to be all in, and that's the hardest thing to ever do. Yes, we can get hurt. Yes, they can, and I know that pain in a relationship hurts. It does, and it's worse than any drug. Love is worse than any drug because it is addicting, physically, mentally, emotionally, that connection with somebody. But however, and it's scary, but we cannot be in a relationship and be only half in. It doesn't work that way. So that's the hardest part of this, okay? So the only thing that we can do, if you are not the one not being vulnerable, you need to be vulnerable. It's courageous. We're older now. We're adults. We know how to heal from things. We know how to deal with things. We also know in a reasonable sense that it's really not about us. It's about them. So you see what I'm saying? It's okay to be vulnerable. You have to be vulnerable. If it's them that's afraid to be vulnerable, the only thing that we can do is create that safe space for them. Don't go at them saying, hey, you're not being vulnerable and blah, 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 because then they're really going to shut down on you, right? Whenever somebody yells or is aggressive, it is in our human instinct nature to block that off. So do not yell. No negative reinforcements ever work for anybody. So don't do that. Unlearn. That's the main thing. Unlearn everything. Relearn. So that's the only thing that we can do right here, okay? Now the next card is the King of Swords. I love this. Swords. Okay, this is earth, earth, sword, swords, right? So this is earth, earth, air, air, right? So mind, and they're earth. So this is all thoughts. This is all in your mind. There's no cups here. Do you guys see that? There's no cups. We have to incorporate cups. Cups is our feelings, emotions, and relationships. We have to, right? Wands. You guys, your energy is wands, which is fire. That's the passion. That's the spirit. That's like the will of us, I guess you can say. You know what I mean? The drive in us, right? So that has to incorporate in here too. In a perfect, it should be, wands, cups, swords, and pentacles. That would be great because we incorporated it all together. But, whenever, we wouldn't be reading these if they weren't. Like I said, relationships are hard. That's why tarot is geared towards that, because it teaches us more about ourselves. Okay, so here's the King of Swords. Attainment, success. Swords are our mental suit. It also means, like, you know, like the mirrors the quality of our minds. He's at our pinnacle. He's at his, you know, his best, right? I love this one. I am an air sign, but that's not the only reason why I love this. I love this because you can see right here, he's the only king in the whole, he's the only court card. Let me rephrase that. He's the only court card in the whole tarot deck. He's not looking to the left. He's not looking to the right. He's looking dead at us. So what does that mean? He's not looking to the left in the past of what happened. You can't change it, right? That causes depression. We can't change the past. He's not looking to the left in his future, which would cause anxiety and everything else and anxiousness, because we cannot control. We don't know what's going to happen in the future, right? So that causes anxiety. So he's not looking to the left. He's not looking to the right. He's looking dead at us, which means he's present. He's present in this moment. So his thing is he sees. He can see. So his thing is he's unveiling truths behind appearances. Why? Because he can see. Why? Because he's not clouded from the past depression or the future of anxiety. He is present in this moment right now. He deals with things that are happening right now. That means that he can see. His mind is clear. It's not clouded. It's not misconstrued. There's no God, you know, like he's here. He's present in this moment. This is Aquarius energy. So this, like I said, his saying is unveiling truth behind appearances. So Virgo does feel resistant to change. We know that. And he has dug in. He will not compromise his position. You will not win a battle of wills with this person to even have a chance of changing this person's mind. You will have to present irrefutable facts for them to change their mind. Okay? And that, I know that for a fact, because I swear my father, my son, I mean, you name it, my child's father, friends, and everybody. I've been around a lot of Virgos, and this is not a Virgo. I would love to meet them, because I've never known a Virgo not to be like that. However, it doesn't mean give up, right? Never, ever does that mean give up. Everything in life, it takes work, okay? If it's not work, if it's not worth, you know, anything that's not hard is not worthwhile, guys. I'm not saying that this is hard. King of Cups in reverse. What did I say? There's no cups here, and this one's in reverse. What did I get to saying? You guys have to incorporate that somehow. And it's hard. If somebody's not being vulnerable for you, they're not changing, they're not opening up, you know, it's hard to be vulnerable, but you have to be the change that you want to see. You can't expect somebody to be vulnerable if you're not being vulnerable. You can't expect somebody to be honest if you're not being honest. That's contradiction. It's not right. You cannot do that. You have to incorporate feelings, hearts. You have to be vulnerable. You have to be understanding. You have to create that safe space if that's what you want. If they're not giving that to you, then you need to, you know, reevaluate your decisions and wonder why you're even putting up with it, right? Sagittarius. This is your card that's in reverse. Temperance. What's going on here, Sag? Yeah, I mean, anybody, I guess, wouldn't feel, you know, in their energy, completely in their energy because of what's going on. You're not, if they're not all in, they're not all in. If you're doubting, they're doubting, you know. And round we go. You have to stop it somewhere. You have to stop that cycle somewhere. And that is for you to be the change that you want to see. Yes, it's scary. Yes, why should I give this if they're not? Well, hey, they can say the same thing about you. And like I said, round and round we go. Right? Okay, so this is messages from Spirit. This is something that Spirit wants you to know. Okay? Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, guys. Please, my channel's growing. I want to keep going. This has to get out there. This helps. And I want to keep doing this, so thank you so much for your love and support, guys. Okay, King of Cups. Cups are there at their pinnacle. That's the success. Cups are Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. This is in reverse. This is our emotions, feelings, relationships. I'm not surprised at all. I don't see any hearts here. Or, I mean, cups here. Hearts. There's a heart right there. I don't see any cups here. That's our emotions. We have to incorporate emotions in a relationship. What are we in it for? What are we doing it for if we're not going to be vulnerable? What are we doing it for if there's no feelings, emotions? What are you in a relationship for? And that is the reason why we get in relationships. That person you're with is going to pick and pull things out of you, or that wound that we buried so deep inside of us is going, that band-aid we put over it to just like kind of just like not deal with it right now, an easy fix, is going to rip off until we get it up, get it out, and heal from it, right? So remember that, guys, okay? This is why we're in relationships. We are in relationships to teach us more about ourselves. That's it. A relationship, no matter if it's a family person or a friend or a cousin or a sister or a brother or a love relationship, each person is going to teach us something. There's something to learn about something, and we're going to learn about ourselves. Okay? That's what relationships are for. So That's why we go through this, you guys. That's why we go through heartbreak and failure and everything else that we learn through failure. And this is why we go through this. It's not to make us suffer or to, you know, like cruel. It's not what this is about. Okay, this is a learning process. We chose to come here. The best learning process is from other people to teach us about ourselves for our souls, for us to evolve and learn and grow. So that's what this is for. Okay, King of Cups is Neptune, Scorpio energy. This is in reverse. This person, his saying is drawn to a higher purpose. In reverse, he's drawn to his own purpose. Shocking that we got that, right? So he's drawn to his own purpose. He's not in control of his emotions. He's repressing his emotions. He's withdrawing from others, whether that's you or them. Hey, we mirror the people that we're with, guys. So let's keep that in mind as we go through this. Temperance is Sagittarius card. This is your card. This is in reverse. This is 14 in the major arcana. 4 plus 1 is 5. 5s are conflict testing. So this is a process. You're going through this for a reason. Like I said, it's not in any other reason to make you suffer or them suffer. So this is, somebody might feel an urge to escape. Don't wait to take the heat. Don't want to take the heat, right? So this is somebody who's not wanting to take the heat right now, or don't want to see what happens in the relationship. It's an urge to escape. They're trying to escape, right? Temperance is about finding a flow. There's 2 cups, right, that temperance has. It's kind of like alchemy, but in the same sense, it's like finding that even flow, right? It's about the hot and the cold, mixing it together to make warm. It's about the man and the woman mixed together to make love, a connection, right? It's about night and day, like, you know, you see what I'm saying, right? So it's just the white, the black to make gray. So it's incorporating 2 complete polar opposites into the flow of life. This is in reverse. It's not, you know, balancing it out. It's not coming together. We have to do that in everything in our life. The world is all about balance. It all is, okay? The good, the bad, the night, the day, the yin, the yang. We need to find that balance, okay? That's what this whole world is about. Our emotions need to balance. The mind and the heart need to balance, right? The male and the female, or however, male. When I say that, I'm not saying the male and female, man, a girl, and let me rephrase that. I'm not saying the man and the woman, okay? Whatever somebody does, that's their own float. Whatever floats your boat, that's on you. That's your river, okay? What I'm saying is there's a masculine energy and a feminine energy. Whether it is man, woman, man, and woman, whatever. It doesn't matter. There's a masculine energy and a feminine energy in every single thing. That's what you need to incorporate, okay? So that's what you need to find the balance of, right? Night, day, bad, good, you know, hot, cold, you name it. All right, rubber, glass. That's what I'm saying. Okay, so this in reverse is saying that this is not finding that even flow. You need to find that even flow. How to do that? Be vulnerable. Be honest. Be present in this moment. Don't worry about what happened in the past. Take what you learned from the past. Learn from it. Take the lesson from it. Move on. Don't worry about the future. We can't control the future. What's going to happen anyways. Well, all we can do, like I said in my thing, you know, we can't help what happens to us, but we can help how we deal with it. We can help what we choose to do with it. Okay, so remember that, guys. Okay, have to be the change that you want to see. You can't expect somebody to be something that you're not. That's not fair. You have to be fair. You have to be all in. You have to be your authentic, genuine self and be vulnerable. Okay, Knight of Swords. That is our thought process. Here we go again with the swords. The 1 cup I see is in reverse. That's it. Otherwise, there's your energy, swords, pentacles. Shocking, right? Air signs, earth side. Knight of Swords is swords mirror the quality of our minds. Horses are moving, right? So knights are fire. Swords are air. Imagine that. Impulse. Fast. Imagine that. So what happens with fire when it gets air? Boom, right? Look at how fast that knight is going. This is fast. This is somebody who takes everything head on without thinking. It's like the person that says things without thinking before they say it. Somebody that does actions as soon as it comes to their mind without thinking, hey, is this really what I should be doing right now? Do you think that this is a right? They don't do that. They just take everything head on. So guess what happens when you do that? That's how we learn the hard way, right? So slow down. Your spirit is telling you to slow down a little bit. Okay, whether it's you or them, this needs to slow down a little bit, which is shocking because, you know, Virgo does take a lot of time, but maybe it's you. You guys are the arrows fast, right? So slow down a little bit. So this is Gemini energy. This is yearning to learn, searching, curiosity, impulsive, unrealistic, brave, but foolish, right? So don't be impulsive, okay? Don't rush into things. Just slow down a little bit. Meet them halfway. Balance that out, you know? They're slow. If you're fast, you know, balance it out. All right, go the speed limit. Don't go too slow like them. Don't go too fast like you. Find that speed limit, okay? Four of Pentacles. Pentacles are earth signs, which is Virgo, Taurus, and Capricorn energy. Fours on the tree of life are like merited deservingness, okay? Like mercy, kind of, if you will. The Four of Pentacles, the thing about this is you can see they're planted on these pentacles, right? Their feet are on the pentacles. There's a pentacle in their head, and now they're holding this pentacle. Now, this is the thing. They're not holding the pentacle like this, mine. They're holding it like this, mine. Obsession, possession. This is where, I'm going to see if I can find it in the other card. This is where when you hang on to something, it's causing misery. This is the card that says sometimes hanging on does more damage than letting go. I'm not saying let go of this relationship. I never, ever, ever I do not ever give advice in that manner. I do not ever believe in giving up on anybody ever. And this might not, and like I said, this doesn't have to be a relationship reading. It could be a friend, a family, whatever. Like I said, all the rules that I am telling you, they apply to every connection that you have. So make sure, if you have a brother that's a Taurus, if you have a sister that's a Capricorn, watch these other readings, because there are no exceptions to the rules. You don't treat any other human different from another human. That's not the way that this works. It isn't. All these rules, same rules apply in every situation, every connection, okay? Now, the Four of Pentacles, when we hang on to something, this could be a self-limiting belief. This could be a stubbornness. This could be a thought process. This could be hanging on to the belief that we think that vulnerability is dangerous and it'll get us killed. We need to let that go and unlearn that. That could be what this means. So take it as it resonates, and you know what this means. And you know what this has to say about you, okay? Or them, whoever. Energy is fluid, meaning that it could be them, it could be you, but hey, we mirror a lot of people that are in our lives. They're in our lives for a reason. We are drawn to them for a reason. They're drawn to you for a reason, because we are meant to learn something about ourselves. Here's the Four of Pentacles. Look at that. He's hanging on to this. It's causing misery. He's almost crying, right? So anything, within anything, whatever's ours, we don't have to hang on to that. It would just be ours, okay? We need to let go of that self-limiting belief. We need to let go of the resentment. We need to let go of the anger. We need to let go of the belief that, oh, when they do it, then I'll do it. No, that's not the way that it works. You do it. You be the change that you want to see. Anything in your life that happens to you happens because you are the one that allows it, okay? So take control of your life. Don't take control of the situation. You can't do that. Take control of your life and make better decisions, and kind of look at it in an aspect of, what can I do better? What am I doing that's not so great? What can I change? You know, and if they don't want to meet you halfway and find that equal flow, then hey, maybe it's time to, you know, not let them go, but, you know, like, see what was better in a better situation for you. You'll always, nobody could ever love you more than you love yourself, okay? Self. More than you love yourself. Not meaning to be selfish, but meaning that you need to love yourself. You cannot expect somebody to do what you're not doing, right? You can't respect somebody to respect you if you're not respecting yourself, right? So keep that in mind, guys, but don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and please, please, please comment, like, whatever. Share. My channel is growing, and I want it to keep growing. I need it to keep growing because I like what I do. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to watch your other readings. Love and light.